Kevin Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer. And I go around and I teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to build trust and influence with their customers and their team members so they can drive higher revenues and more profits. Today, let's talk about how you develop a good sales strategy. And that's right. We want to understand what a good sales strategy is. And when people ask me that, I always ask them the first question, which is, well, show me your process. What does your process look like for your strategy? People always look at me and go, why do I need a process? I'm trying to figure out a strategy. Well, you have a process that you have to do everything with. Whether you're putting on clothes or you're working out, there's still a process of how you build your muscles. Same thing, we need to have a process in place on how we're going to sell whatever it is we sell. I know it sounds boring, but here's the deal. The most elite people, fighting forces out there, Navy SEALs, they follow a process. That's right. They actually train, come back and debrief, review what they've done, see where they got bogged down, and then they go back and train some more and see where they got bogged down, come back, review it, discuss it, find better ways, move forward, and they go again and again and again. They practice so much that when they actually get out in the mission field, it's second nature. Well, that's what a process does for you. You create the right process and you follow through on it, and it becomes second nature. So when you're actually going out and strategizing how you're going to sell stuff to customers, second nature. You want it to be second nature because you don't want to have to sit there and think about it. Because when you're sitting there talking to customers or thinking about who the customer is, you're going to end up pausing. And when there's a pause in the conversation, people start wondering, well, is he thinking about lying to me or is he telling me the truth? When you have a process and everything's kind of flowing and it's natural and you're just having a discussion, well, that's where trust starts to form. So we need to make sure we have a process. So what does your process look like? Now, the second thing I want you to think about is how are you using that process and strategy to answer the 5 buying decisions that the customer has. That's right. The customer has 5 buying decisions. And if you're not hitting all of those 5 buying decisions in your strategy sessions, well, how are you going to move forward with them? And that's probably what you're seeing right now is you've hit something works here but doesn't work there, you're not getting consistency, and you need to understand the process and answer those 5 buying decisions. Because if you miss the mark, you turn into a commodity. And you know what the only differentiating factor is of a commodity? Yeah, price. Nobody wins that game. You never win when you're just the cheapest price. You want to be the most value. So how do you get there? Well, your strategy has to answer those 5 buying decisions for the customer. Do that, and you're well on your way to actually increasing sales and having a good, solid strategy. What is it that those 5 buying decisions are? Well, think about it. What are the 3 questions you automatically ask of people as soon as you meet with them? And now you're going to have to sit back and really think about this because you're trying to figure out if they're likable and you can trust them and whatnot. There's 3 questions you have to answer. Do I like you? Do I trust you? And how can you help me? We all ask this of anybody we meet with, and they ask of us. And this is back in the back of our minds, and it's been ingrained in us since the beginning. Like when we were going out of the cave trying to kill an animal so we could eat or pick up plants or whatever, we had to make sure that the people with us weren't going to kill us or steal our food. We wanted to make sure that we had those people around us. We have to trust people before we're going to buy from them. So your first buying decision is us. Well, how are we going to succeed in that? Well, we need to make sure we're adding value to the customers consistently. If we're not doing that and we're not asking the right questions and finding out why they need to buy something, how can we offer them a good solution? Why is our solution going to work for them? So we need to make sure that when we're setting everything up and we're asking the questions, that we're identifying the key factors that our solution meets. That's right. We need to make sure we know why people are going to want to buy it. Far too often people sit there and go, well, they're going to buy it because it's the greatest thing. We have the awesome product and people are just going to buy it. Well, chances are you're going to get a little bit of success in a small pocket. Those are the people you need to focus on and really understand why they're buying it. Because if they're buying it for a solution. Find out why. And hopefully, it's not the cheapest price. Now, how are we going to move forward with them? Well, as soon as we start intentionally adding value to them and gaining trust and influence with people, well, they're going to start trusting us and buying from us. That's right. How do we do that? Well, we need to give information away to them. That's right. Give stuff away to free. Not necessarily every product and service you offer, but give them the information they need. If they're having difficulties and our solution meets these kind of difficulties, give them the life hacks of how to do this or that with our product, and use YouTube, use Instagram, use all the social media so that way you can give stuff away. Because here's the deal. When we give stuff away, we do it with an open hand. When we do that, it's easier for stuff to get placed into the hand. When we're just selfish and we're just holding a closed fist, it's kind of hard to receive anything, right? So we need to give stuff away. We need to give tips and tricks. We need to help people. We need to add value and show up to help them. Because if we help enough people, we'll get what we want, which is sales. So we need to be focused on how we can show up to add value all the time on every interaction. And we need to be intentionally doing this every single interaction. Otherwise, they're not going to buy from us. And here's the deal. That first buying decision is the salesperson. It's us. So if we're not adding value and they don't like us and trust us and know we can help them, well, they're going off to your competitor who sells something similar and buying that product because they like them. And there's a bunch of other buying decisions they have to make before they even get into the product. That's right. They need to actually, before we jump into selling our product or service, we need to make sure that we're answering all those. And again, if you don't answer them correctly, well, you're going to become a commodity. We've already talked about that. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Be glad to talk to you, help you, coach you through some stuff. And if you'd like, I've got the Sales Process Uncovered training. Got links below just so you can get in touch with me so I can help you. All right? Now, if this video is a little helpful for you, hit like, share, subscribe, send it to somebody that this might help. That's why I do these videos, to help you. All right? We'll see you next time.